Have you ever looked at two different cars from different brands and felt an uncanny sense of déjà vu? Perhaps the lines seemed too similar, or the proportions felt identical despite the badges being completely different. It's a common phenomenon in the automotive world, and it's not a coincidence. Beneath the distinctive paint and unique emblems, many vehicles share a surprising amount of engineering DNA. This practice is a strategic maneuver in the complex high-stakes realm of car manufacturing. Now, let's dive into 12 specific examples that showcase the broad spectrum of shared automotive DNA. From subtle rebadging to clever platform utilization, some of these pairings might be obvious, while others could genuinely surprise even seasoned car enthusiasts. Number 1. Toyota GR86, Subaru BRZ, Scion FRS. This trio of lightweight rear-wheel drive sports coupes was co-developed by Toyota and Subaru. They share the same platform and are powered by Subaru's naturally aspirated boxer engine. The primary differences lie in subtle suspension and steering tuning. The Scion FRS, later Toyota 86 and GR86, was initially tuned for a slightly firmer, more playful feel, while the Subaru BRZ leaned more towards stability and composure. Minor exterior styling cues such as front fascias and badges, along with varying interior trim options, further distinguish them. This collaboration was strategically vital, allowing both companies to split the significant development costs for a niche sports car that might not have been commercially viable for either brand alone. It also expanded their market reach by appealing to both Toyota and Subaru fan bases. Number 2. Chevrolet Tahoe, GMC Yukon, Cadillac Escalade. These massively popular full-size SUVs from General Motors are prime examples of successful platform sharing within a corporate group. They share fundamental underpinnings evolving through various GMT platforms like GMT 400, 800, and 900, and powertrains. Despite their shared core, GM has meticulously differentiated them through distinct styling, features, and brand positioning. The Chevrolet Tahoe serves the mainstream market, the GMC Yukon is positioned as a slightly more upscale offering, and the Cadillac Escalade represents the pinnacle of luxury, boasting exclusive features like a heads-up display, rear automatic braking, a quieter ride, real wood trim, and air suspension. This strategy maximizes profitability and streamlines production across GM's core US brands, allowing them to target unique audiences from everyday users to premium and luxury buyers, with a common product foundation. Number 3. Ford Explorer, Mercury Mountaineer, Lincoln Aviator. This trio of SUVs from Ford Motor Company shared a common platform, evolving from a chassis initially based on the Ford Ranger pickup to a dedicated SUV platform with independent suspension. Each model was strategically targeted at a different market segment, the Explorer for the mass market, the Mercury Mountaineer for near luxury, and the Lincoln Aviator for the luxury segment. The Mountaineer, for instance, featured distinct styling cues like a dark grey lower body and a chrome waterfall grille, along with a more upscale interior and a higher MSRP than the Explorer. This approach allowed Ford to efficiently cover multiple market segments within its corporate group by leveraging a single adaptable platform. Number 4. Volkswagen Routan, Dodge Grand Caravan, Chrysler Town & Country. The Volkswagen Routan was a notable example of badge engineering resulting from an OEM or original equipment manufacturer deal. It was essentially a rebadged version of Chrysler's RT platform minivans, the Dodge Grand Caravan and Chrysler Town & Country. While the Routan featured a rebranded hard drive-based audio and navigation system, it notably lacked Chrysler's popular stow-and-go seating system. The Chrysler and Dodge versions in turn received specific suspension retuning for improved handling, along with distinct exterior and interior styling differences, including unique grilles and interior trim. This partnership allowed Volkswagen to quickly fill a gap in its North American product lineup with a minivan offering without the prohibitive cost of developing one from scratch. Number 5. Chrysler Crossfire, Mercedes-Benz SLK R170. Born out of the Daimler-Chrysler merger, the Chrysler Crossfire was conceived as a two-seat halo car for the Chrysler brand, leveraging existing Mercedes-Benz engineering. It utilized the Mercedes-Benz R170 platform, sharing approximately 80% of its components, including the 3.2-litre V6 engine, transmission, chassis structure, suspension components, and steering system with the first-generation SLK. The R170 platform was effectively handed down to Chrysler as Mercedes-Benz transitioned to a newer platform for its second-generation SLK. Chrysler's design team executed the unique exterior and interior styling for the Crossfire, aiming for a sculptural design with a distinctive boat-tail rear. This collaboration allowed Chrysler to quickly introduce a sporty premium model by capitalizing on readily available, proven Mercedes-Benz components. Number 6. Honda Passport Original and Isuzu Rodeo. The original Honda Passport, introduced in the early 1990s, was a classic and straightforward example of badge engineering. It was a direct rebadged version of the Isuzu Rodeo. The differences were minimal, primarily limited to badges and minor trim details. This arrangement was a result of an agreement between the two Japanese automakers to trade products, filling gaps in their respective product lineups. For Honda, this strategic move allowed it to quickly enter the burgeoning and lucrative SUV market without the significant investment required to develop its own sport utility vehicle from the ground up. Number 7. Mazda BT50, Ford Ranger International, Isuzu D-Max. The Mazda BT50 has a fascinating history of shared platforms. The second-generation BT50 from 2011 to 2020 was based on the Ford Ranger T6 platform, with Mazda designing unique exterior panels sharing only the windscreen, roof and rear screen with the Ranger. More recently, the third-generation BT50, 2020 to the present, shifted its shared platform to the Isuzu D-Max. Despite sharing the base structure, body shell and even wing mirrors with the D-Max, Mazda applied its distinctive Kodo design language, resulting in unique body panels and an Isuzu-sourced 3-liter turbo diesel engine. Mazda's partnerships with Ford and later Isuzu were strategic choices to develop competitive pickup trucks without incurring the massive R&D costs associated with building a truck platform from scratch, leveraging the expertise of established truck manufacturers. Number 8. Aston Martin Signet, Toyota IQ. The Aston Martin Signet is perhaps one of the most infamous examples of badge engineering. It was a rebadged version of the tiny Toyota IQ city car, sharing its basic platform and 1.3-liter drivetrain. Aston Martin's differentiation involved adding luxurious touches such as a leather-lined interior, unique grille and badges, which dramatically inflated its price tag. The most extreme iteration was a one-off V8 Signet, a custom build that involved shoehorning a 430 brake horsepower 4.7-liter V8 from a Vantage S into the IQ's platform, necessitating extensive chassis modifications. The strategic reason for the Signet's existence was primarily to help Aston Martin meet stringent European fleet emissions regulations by lowering its overall fleet average CO2 emissions. Number 9. Lexus ES, Toyota Camry, Toyota Avalon. The Lexus ES, Toyota's luxury division's entry-level executive sedan, has a long history of platform sharing with its mainstream Toyota counterparts. For its first 5 generations, the ES utilized the Toyota Camry platform, while later generations became more closely related to both the Camry and the larger Toyota Avalon, sharing common underpinnings. Lexus positions the ES squarely in the comfort luxury segment, emphasizing interior amenities, quietness, and ride quality. While sharing core components, the Lexus ES distinguishes itself with more prominent grilles, distinct lighting signatures, chrome trim, and upscale interior materials like genuine wood. The marketing strategy extends beyond the vehicle itself, with Lexus dealerships offering premium experiences like premium coffee in the showroom. This strategy allowed Toyota to provide an entry-level luxury model for its nascent Lexus brand, leveraging existing successful platforms to reduce development costs and efficiently expand into the luxury market. Number 10. Saab 92X, Subaru Impreza WRX. Affectionately known as the Saab Baru, the Saab 92X was a rebadged second-generation Subaru Impreza, including its iconic Boxer engines. General Motors, then Saab's owner, aimed to quickly fill a gap in Saab's product line with a compact all-wheel drive offering, leveraging Subaru's expertise. Saab implemented extensive changes to refine the vehicle: heavier sound insulation throughout the cabin, a faster steering rack borrowed from the Impreza WRX STI, stiffer anti-roll bar bushings, and revised dampers and springs for an altered ride quality. The exterior received a new front fascia with Saab-like grillwork, new fenders, a redesigned hood, a new tailgate, and revised lighting. While the interior had nicer carpets and metallic trims, it still largely retained the Impreza's layout. Number 11. Citroën Berlingo, Peugeot Partner, Opel Combo, Vauxhall Combo, Toyota Pro Ace City, and Fiat Doblo. This extensive family of small vans highlights the power of platform sharing within a large automotive conglomerate, Stellantis, and its partnerships. These vehicles are essentially the same, built on the highly modular EMP2 platform. The main variations among them are the badging and distinct exterior styling, particularly the front fascias. The EMP2 platform itself offers significant flexibility, allowing for different wheelbases, track widths, and rear suspension options to suit various applications. Toyota's Pro Ace City, for example, is a rebadged version of this platform, differentiating itself primarily with an impressive 10-year warranty. This widespread sharing maximizes economies of scale and streamlines production across multiple brands, facilitating efficient market entry for partners like Toyota. Number 12. Chevrolet Colorado, GMC Canyon. These mid-size pickups from General Motors are a contemporary example of how a parent company differentiates vehicles that are virtually identical where it counts, beneath the sheet metal. They share the same chassis, the 2.7-litre Turbomax engine, and an 8-speed automatic transmission. The distinctions are primarily aesthetic, focusing on minor changes to the front and rear fascias, interior trimmings, wheel designs, and paint options. GMC is strategically positioned as a slightly higher-end, more luxurious brand compared to Chevrolet, which appeals to the everyday working population. This is reflected in the GMC Canyon's use of more premium interior materials such as soft-touch vegan leather and natural wood, and higher entry price points for certain trims. This dual-brand strategy allows GM to cater to two slightly different consumer bases while leveraging the same core vehicle, and it also provides a clever way to expand dealership presence by having distinct Chevrolet and GMC dealerships selling similar products side by side. The diverse examples above illustrate that not all sameness is created equal in the automotive industry. The spectrum ranges from nearly identical badge swaps where differentiation is minimal, such as the original Honda Passport and Isuzu Rodeo, or the Volkswagen Routan and Chrysler minivans. In these cases, the shared identity is quite transparent. Conversely, examples like the GM full-size SUVs, Tahoe, Yukon, Escalade, or the Toyota GR86 and Subaru BRZ demonstrate significant efforts in distinct styling, interior refinement, and even nuanced driving dynamics. This variation in execution shows that manufacturers strategically tailor their differentiation efforts based on market strategy, brand positioning, and consumer expectations. The concept of the top hat, the unique body and interior design for different brands on the same platform, becomes increasingly sophisticated over time, reflecting a deeper understanding of consumer desires for distinct products. Furthermore, these examples reveal that the strategic intent behind sharing goes well beyond simple cost-cutting. While cost savings are always a factor, many collaborations are driven by broader market dynamics and regulatory landscapes. The GM full-size SUVs, for example, are a clear case of internal market segmentation, allowing the company to target different price points and customer demographics with the same underlying product. The Aston Martin Signet, despite its commercial struggles, serves as a prime example of regulatory compliance driving rebadging, as it was primarily created to help Aston Martin meet fleet emissions targets. This highlights that these practices are not merely about cutting corners, but are essential tools for navigating the complex interplay of consumer demand, brand identity, and an increasingly stringent regulatory environment. What are your thoughts on cars that are secretly the same? Do you have a favorite example of clever platform sharing or a rebadge that genuinely surprised you? Share your insights in the comments below.